Hello, YouTubers. Jai Jinendra. Today we are going to talk about Uttam Arjav Dharma. Without any further delay, let's begin.
It's story time! Once upon a time, there was a wealthy merchant who brought a lamp and took an oath, a resolution, that he will meditate until the lamp gets extinguished. After some time, his wife saw the lamp getting extinguished. She came in and filled it again with oil. After some more time, the merchant felt an urge of thirst. So he looked at the lamp which was high and mighty. Then again his wife saw the extinguishing lamp after some more time, and she again filled it. And the merchant kept on thinking about water. Eventually he died and became a water born being. So, what do we understand from this particular story? This story tells us that deception is a devil. Who was the merchant deceiving? The merchant was deceiving himself. Hence, the greatest trickery is not to trick others, but to trick ourselves. Now, you might have a question. How, by deceiving others, do you deceive yourself? My dear, others are tricked because of their demeritorious karma, and you are tricked because you think you did something by which somebody else got tricked. You were only being lucky. Why do people enjoy deceiving others? Maybe because they love it. They love when somebody else is in trouble. They enjoy their misery. Some people do it because they are kleptomaniac, or they have a habit of stealing, or they have a habit of disturbing others, or something like that. And there are some people who confuse it by being civilized. They think that whatever bad thoughts are coming inside them, let's not show them to others. Be very soft and polite, and you can say whatever you want to, you can think whatever you want to. And some of them love to deceive others because they are too weak to carry on with what they want. They want something good in life, but they cannot earn it. So, what is the best way? Deceive others. Although people enjoy deceiving others, but there are a lot of problems that come with deception. The first one is psychological in nature, that they are in unease, distress, and worried. Like you must have seen a boy who has taken a cheat to cheat the teacher in an examination hall. There is no one who believes in that particular person because the person is unfaithful. Not even their family members would like to put their faith in him. It is the birth stage to being ignorant. A person who loves to deceive others gradually stops using his or her brains and start being ignorant. They are defamed. They commit crimes, sins, and to save one sin, they commit the other, another, and hence it goes on. And if they are caught, they are legally obligated to be bound to the court. It is a doorway to hell, basically. Hence, we understand that what is Arjav? Arjav is basically simplicity, something beyond deception. Our nature is Arjav, and so we must take abode to it. But there are a lot of misconceptions about Arjav and deception. Some people consider unison of thoughts, words, and actions is Arjav, and contradicting thoughts, words, and actions is deception. But I really don't think so. Why? My first reason to you is all the beings don't have the ability to think or speak or act or all of the three. Are they going to be considered deceptive or they are going to be considered as Arjav? Because, like single sensed beings, they do not have the ability to think or to speak. But don't they have the trickery passion? They do have trickery passion. And like Siddhas, they have no thoughts, they have no words, they have no actions, are they not following Arjava? Also, look at this. If somebody has a unison of thoughts, words, and actions, and they are doing something very, very wrong, that means they are deluded. Their thoughts are deluded, their words are deluded, and their actions are also deluded. So they have delusion in unison. Are we going to call them with Arjav? No. Is it necessary to speak whatever comes in your mind? That means, is it a necessity that you have to express your thoughts, words, and actions and everything? Arjav is your nature. Why do you have to express it all the time? So, my correction to this particular misconception is humans' unison of pure, undiluted thoughts, words, and actions can be a mere medium to indicate Arjava and not the actual Arjava. Like it is said for monks, दिन रात आत्मा का चिंतन मृदु संभाषण में यही कथन निर्वस्त्र दिगंबर काया से भी प्रकट हो रहा अंतर मन. See, whatever words are being used here, you can easily correlate them with the thoughts, the actions, and the words of monks. Every time they are inside the soul, whatever they speak is about the soul. Whatever actions they perform is about soul. It's like somebody came from America and they are keeping on with the talk about America. Whatever they speak, they talk about America. Whatever they do, they talk about America. Even whatever they think is about America. Moving on, we have the next misconception. One mustn't break the resolution, oath, or vow, like we had seen with that wealthy merchant. Todarmalji says, breaking a vow is the biggest sin you can perform ever. So, should we really break a vow? Yes, we should break such vows which are taken in ignorance because they involve disturbing, misleading, causing harm, or killing not only to others but to themselves too. And hence, as soon as possible, we should break such vows. Don't be simple because either it's the right thing to do or what else you can do, but because it's who you truly are. How does one get over trickery or deception? Stop leaving your likes and dislikes, happinesses and unhappinesses on others. In other words, renounce moh. Hence, you will get over trickery. There's one caution again. Being simple and looking simple are not the same. A lot of people mix it up that if you are looking simple, you are simple. But that's not the true case. There are a lot of types of deception according to its intensity. The highest level of deception is with the Anantanubandhi Maya. The second level is Apratyakhana Varan Maya. The third level is Pratyakhyana Varan Maya. And the fourth level is Sanjvalan Maya. Maya means deception. Hence, if not possible all of them, we should be able to renounce Anantanubandhi Maya because it involves considering Maya a very good thing to do. At the end of this particular section of Uttam Arjav, I'd like to tell you that people realizing Arjava are also of different types. Some of us, like the householders, they have very less frequencies of performing Arjava, but whereas the monks have it in maximum quantity. And with the Siddhas, they never get away of Arjav. They always stay with the abode of Arjava. Hence, there is a difference only in the quantity and not in the quality. Happy Uttam Arjav, happy Daslakshan, and Jai Jinendra.